Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's that time for another edition of Marilyn's Cafe Society radio show right here on YouTube, everybody. How are you on this Thursday, October 7th, 2021? Wow. Time is marching on. I tell you, I don't know about where it is, how things are where you are, but it is a rainy, but very light rainy day here in my neighborhood. The temperatures are hovering around 70 degrees, and it's just a nice fall day. I hope you are experiencing much like what I am. And listen, did you win that 700 million on Monday? Were you the winner? Well, if you live in California and you purchased Powerball ticket from a grocery store in Monroe Bay on the coast near San Luis Obispo in California, you could be the lucky winner. And so the jackpot climbed to $699.8 million right before the drawing on Monday. And that made it the fifth largest Powerball in history, as well as the seventh largest in United States history. Now, of course, it started out on Saturday at 670 million, but because of that push for Monday's drawing and people purchasing and taking their chances, the jackpot grew to 699.8 million by Monday. And of course, that's how much the winner will take if they do the annuity. But if they choose cash, they'll walk away with $496 million. And then you factor in taxes, so the winner may in fact walk away with probably around 300 million, which is life-changing money. Not only will their own lives change, but they can definitely have an impact on the lives of others. So congratulations to the winner. I don't know about you, but I jumped on that bandwagon. Yeah, when it hit, I think 500 million, I started, to take my chances and play like I'm sure many others did. But not this time, but I will definitely jump back on that bandwagon next time it goes up. All right, so listen, everybody, it's going to be a slow, or I should say a short day. I was going to say a slow day, but no, a short day is what I'm trying to say. And so we'll just kind of look at one or two news stories, jump into entertainment news, fashion for passion, and then start to wrap things up. And so here's a story that we've all kind of been watching. And of course, we learned this on Wednesday, that the Democrats appear to be ready to accept the Republicans' willingness to raise the federal government's borrowing limit high enough just to avert a debt default crisis in December, or at least through December now. According to Republican Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, the short-term extension would give Democrats enough time to raise the debt limit for a longer period by using the Senate's budget reconciliation process. Now, the Democrats are saying, oh, no, we will not do that now, nor will we do it in December. And so what all of this means is that Congress has essentially set up the same debate in a few months over the debt limit when other budget items are scheduled to come due, like, for example, the expiration of the government funding on December 3rd. So it looks like, at least for now, we have avoided a devastating default. And we'll see what happens in December and what happens with some of the other items that need to get pushed through and dealt with. All right. And so as of 11 a.m. this morning, according to the stock market reports, the Dow is up 517 points. That brings them now to 34,929.14 points. The S&P 500 is also up 61.81 points, bringing them up to 4,425.28 points. And the NASDAQ is up 13.16 points, bringing them to 15,000.23 points. And of course, we know that it's fluctuating throughout the day, but that's the ballpark. All right, gold is reportedly down $5.90 per ounce to $1,756.99. And oil has increased by $1.26 to $78.15 per barrel. And that's a look at the stock market. You ready for some entertainment news? Well, there's a few stories that I thought I'd share with you. You know, I know we're inundated with information and 24/7 news, but I just wanted to highlight this one. And that is that 98% of members of that International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees have voted to authorize a strike. And if they do strike, it will halt TV and film production across the country. And of course, this will be the first time in the union's 128-year history that members have decided to, let's turn that down, that members have decided to go on strike. Now, there was a behind the scenes worker strike back in 1945, and that bigger strike that happened in 2007 to 2008, where some 12,000 screenwriters went on strike. Now, here's what members of the IATSE are asking for. They're asking for shorter work days. Yeah, right now they're working more than 14 hours a day. And that means they're getting as little as 8 hours before the next shift for their commute times and sleep time. Now, what their new terms would look like would be at least a 10-hour turnaround. So they're asking for 2 additional hours that will allow them to commute and sleep. And so that's one of the highlights that they're asking for. And then another one is for, of course, higher wages. And there's a list of other things, but those are the bigger ones. And so we'll watch it and see how things develop. All right. And so we talked about Wendy Williams' return, I believe, on the first show back for this season here on Maryland's Cafe Society. But we discovered earlier in the week that season 13 of the Wendy Williams show has again been delayed, as they're saying that the host is still dealing with some ongoing medical issues. Now, again, it was reported a month or so ago that Wendy was battling breakthrough COVID-19, but according to her team, she has recently tested negative, but is now facing some other unrelated health issues. And of course, the show was initially to open up on September 20th, but then it was pushed back to October 4th. And now it's being reported that the new season will premiere on October 18th. And so we certainly hope so. It'll be good to see Wendy back on her seat and doing what she does so well. Yeah, I hope she's okay. She has a brother who is on YouTube like I am, and he's been talking about it, and he's assuring everyone that Wendy is on the mend and will be back on October 18th. And just to keep their family in prayer, because remember a year or so ago, they lost their mom around this time. And so he's saying it's just a challenging time for them, but they'll be okay. All right. And this one you might be interested in. It looks like women will be gathering to rock the stage in Pittsburgh on Saturday, October 16th, as the 4th annual Women Who Rock benefit concert returns as a live in-person concert event. Women Who Rock connects through the power of music and helps educate, support, and fund women-centric health research. Now, this year's annual Women Who Rock benefit concert, again, will happen on Saturday, October 16th, and will feature performances from singer-songwriter Rita Wilson, as well as Lauren Monroe, who will be featured with Rick Allen of Def Leppard. He may be the only man in the building. And of course, the Vendys and more. Now, legendary singer, songwriter, drummer, percussionist, and philanthropist Sheila E. will receive the 2021 Women Who Rock Impact Award. And all proceeds of this benefit concert will benefit the McGee Women's Research Institute, which is the nation's largest research institute dedicated solely to life-saving women's health research. So congrats to all of them. And listen, I hope that Sheila E. will perform, because she is just a big ball of energy. And, I know, because if you've been following the show over the years, you know that I had an opportunity to actually see her up close and personal at one of her Chicagoland area concerts a few years back. And boy, was it awesome. So we'll see if she performs and if this particular concert will eventually show up on TV. So we'll see about that. We'll certainly follow it and see. All right. And of course, I think early last week or maybe over the weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, there was a surprise announcement that came from legendary producer Dr. Dre regarding the NFL. Yeah. Did you hear it? Okay, so he announced that Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Snoop Dogg will be joining him during the Super Bowl halftime show coming up in February of 2022. And all of these titans will be on the stage at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. And the commonality that they have, is the fact that they're all from California. I believe the Inglewood, Oakland, Bay Area. Dr. Dre and, of course, Snoop Dogg work together. Kendrick Lamar is from that area. Eminem is from Detroit, but the connection is his work with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. And Mary J. Blige, we know, is from New York, but her connection is her work with Kendrick Lamar. And so it's going to be a California thing coming this February 13th, 2022. In Inglewood, California for the Super Bowl halftime show. All right. And now that brings us to our passion for fashion. And of course, last week I shared some of the popular colors to wear this fall. I also talked about textures and, what the standout textures will be. But today I want to let you know that according to fashion experts, it's going to be okay to wear pleats this fall as well. Now, of course, when you think about pleats, like I do, I think of prim and proper skirts. And yeah, this season you will see that. You will see the maxi pleated skirts, the midi pleated skirts, as well as mini pleated skirts. But you're also going to see some pleats and faux leather, as well as checkered prints. You'll see pleated dresses, pleated trousers, which I happen to have some on right now. Let's see if I can stand up and let you see. If you can see them. Where's the camera? Here, let me lift up the leg. Can you see the pleats? They're actually micro pleats, but trousers. Now these trousers that I have on date back probably 5 years ago. I purchased these. I didn't wear them much because the legs at the bottom flare out. They're wide legged and they're a little long, and so they kind of drag the ground. So I haven't worn them much unless I'm wearing heels. But anyway, I'm glad I have them because now they're in fashion. All right, and so we'll see pleated blouses as well. And I do have a blouse that I want to show you, which has some pleats in them. Now, of course, this is the front. Let's see, where's the front? This is the front, the body of the blouse. But if you notice the sleeves, The sleeves have the pleat. See that? So things like this you will be seeing this fall, as well as women's suits. The blazers will be partially pleated, and even outerwear. Yeah, you'll see some pleated outerwear. So pleats are in. If you have some stashed away in your closet and you want to wear them, feel free because they are in vogue this fall season. All right. All right. And then there's one last thing I want to share with you before we wrap up the show. And that is that not only is it pumpkin spice season, but it's also pumpkin carving season. And no, I'm not going to be doing any demonstrations because I just don't mess with pumpkins like that. But listen to this. According to the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission's National Electronic Injury Surveillance System, woo, hand lacerations account for the most Halloween-related emergency room visits. And we're going to talk about today how you can avoid some of these injuries. Now, first and foremost, they're recommending that you don't allow children under the age of 14 to have sharp tools in their hand. Adults should be doing the carving. And when you're carving, people, you should always be carving away from yourself, not to yourself. Carve away from yourself, not to yourself. All right. Also, you want to keep things dry because we know once you cut that pumpkin open, all of the liquid inside is going to start coming out, which means things are going to get wet and slippery, and you have a knife in your hand, and that's not a good combination. So keep lots of dry rags around so that you can, keep things as dry as possible, including your hands and the knife that you may be using to cut with. All right. And then never put your hand inside the pumpkin when you're cutting. So the recommendation is that you just hold on to the top of the pumpkin and cut the eyes and the nose and the mouth part out first. And then once that's cut, you can cut the top part of the pumpkin off. And then you are free to put your hands inside because you've done your cutting already. You don't want to cut the top off first and then try to stick your hand in the pumpkin to hold it in place while you do the cutting, because that's a sure way to cause some injury to yourself. So don't do it that way. Also, make sure that you have good lighting because you need to be able to see what you're doing, right? And an alternative to this is to purchase what's being called pumpkin carving kits. Now, because I don't deal with pumpkins, I don't know about this, but I will definitely keep my eye open next time I'm out and about to see what they look like. But they consist of what is called safe tools to use to carve pumpkins. Or the last alternative is to just paint and decorate the pumpkin and don't deal with any cutting. All right. So those are some great alternatives for those who like to use the pumpkins as decoration during this fall season, and especially this upcoming Halloween season. All right. And so we talked about the new month. The new word of the month is irrumpent, which means bursting forth or bursting through a surface. So make sure that we use it this month, irrumpent. And last but not least, and of course I blogged about it and I talk about it on the show. I think I started talking about it way too early for some of you all, and even now may be too early since we really haven't hit Halloween yet, let alone Sweetest Day, which I believe is next weekend, next Saturday. Anyway, I'm going to talk about it, and that's Christmas. We have our annual Christmas countdown to Christmas giveaway. That's going to be starting on around the 25th of this month. And so businesses anyone with a product or a service, and you just want some added additional promotion and publicity, and you want to support the show by helping us with making this gift bag giveaway season spectacular, send an email to me at producer@marilynscafesociety.com so I can get all of that good information to you, and we can get the ball rolling and start associating your name with the giveaway. All right. All right. And if you want to be a winner of the giveaway, all you have to do is send an email to producer@marilynscafesociety.com. In the subject, you're going to put Christmas countdown to Christmas giveaway or Christmas giveaway, and include your name and your contact information, because right before we do the drawing, we're going to put all of that information in a box or a pretty basket, shake it up, and then pull a name. And so you want to make sure that you put your contact information in the email so that we can contact you if you're the winner, and then of course get the gift bag giveaway to you. So again, it's producer@marilynscafesociety.com. Now, the good news is if you are in the October drawing, but you don't win, your name will stay in the box for the November drawing and also December drawing. So make sure that you do that if you'd like to win. And, I'm always getting notes every year from the winners saying how wonderful the gift bags are and how much they appreciate it and enjoy it. So again, support it and be a winner. Producer@marilynscafesociety.com. All right. Remember the website, marilynscafesociety.com. Connect with me there on my social media, as well as checking out the weekly blog and, of course, YouTube. Yeah, thanks for checking out the YouTube video. Be sure you like, subscribe, and share. And of course, we have that new email club that's happening now, Mondays with Marilyn email. If you want to be on that list, send an email to marilynscafesociety@yahoo.com so that we can add you. And it's just once a week we send out an email blast, inspiring you, motivating you, making you laugh. All right. All right. And then, of course, before we get out of here, we got to tell you what love is. And because today is National Forgiveness Day, we're going to say love is forgiveness. Yeah. So I'm sure that I heard this in my young life, but it probably went in one ear and out the other. But I distinctly remember hearing this on the Oprah Winfrey Show many, many years ago, back in the day when she was doing a show on forgiveness, and either she or her guest was talking about the importance of forgiveness and how forgiveness is not just for the person that you're forgiving, but forgiveness is also for you. It frees you. It takes a load off. It opens up the pathway for you too to be forgiven. I guess, we all have something to be forgiven for, but it just opens up the pathway for your blessings to flow to you more easily and effortlessly. So forgive. That's the only way to be. All right. That's what love is. So that's it, everybody. I hope you continue to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And of course, we'll be back next week with another show. In the mean and between time, be sure that you live, you laugh, and you love. As always, it's a pleasure and a privilege to hang out. And I'll see you on the next show. And check me out on social media. I'll be trying to spend a little time over the next few days on our social media as well. Peace, everybody. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Social distance. Wash your hands. And spread love. Peace.